Okay, here we are, Matthew Russell Lee, Inner City Press, here at the Southern District of New York Courthouse. There, the MCC, the jail in which Jeffrey Epstein met his end, or was certainly wheeled out to a hospital, or a body looking just like it. Today is day 2 of DOJ's conversation with Ghislaine Maxwell down Florida way. That's going to be a faster way to get information than the grand jury transcripts up here, although we're going to be covering that in great detail. There's also some subpoenas that'll be coming out of the House, but the Congress is going out of House is out, and the Senate will remain next week doing some nominations, including maybe Mike Waltz. Let's see. In any event, in terms of real legal news, we're heading in for the second day of the defense case in U.S. versus Roman Storm, the Tornado Cash case, privacy, Ethereum. Yesterday, the defense's first witness was an Ethereum developer named Preston Van Loon, up from Tennessee. And he said he's used Tornado Cash, and he thinks privacy is needed because your adversary can track you through your wallet. There were a lot of objections by the government, and there's going to be even more today because the defense has a second witness, a professor, Malekan, originally from Iran, who he actually is on record saying he used Tornado Cash because he thought the sanctions against it were stupid. We're not going to hear that or the jury's not going to hear that. Judge Fela said we're not going to hear about this, quote, ridiculous protest of sanctions. I'm not sure any protest really can be ridiculous. I don't know. It's a First Amendment. Well, he could have been prosecuted. Let me say this. I don't want to comment on that, but I was surprised by the comment, and I wonder if there were to be an appeal. I don't think people don't really appeal saying the judge was against us. They appeal on legal grounds, but it was a false note to me, I have to say, as a person covering it. In other crypto news, believe it or not, yesterday we were able to pose virtually to the IMF. So the IMF does bi-weekly press briefings, although I think they may be suspended for the summer now. We always participate and we always get questions. And yesterday we got 2 questions. The one that's getting more play online was whether El Salvador is telling the truth when they say they're continuing to accumulate Bitcoin. And the IMF spokesperson said they're not. They're compliant. The agreement requires no further accumulation. All they're doing is moving it between wallets. Well, some are surprised. Some say that Bukele, it's not inconsistent with what he said. And personally, I'm not really sure. Certainly if the IMF is going to try to dictate things on crypto, it should do it equally on all countries and not based on the size of the country. That's sort of the critique of the IMF, is that they strong arm. Well, I guess if you need a loan. But I asked them about the Genius Act, and the praise was effusive. Maybe it is. Maybe from their point of view, I was surprised. I thought they were going to say we remain skeptical. Maybe it's a difference between stablecoins and other digital assets, but they praised it. So there's that. Now, in real crime and political news, almost a week ago, there was a shooting of a border patrol, ICE agent in Upper Manhattan, Washington Heights, by 2 Dominican nationals here without documentation. And it was said, even then, in a big press release, that they were going to be presented here in SDNY, right behind me. But they haven't been yet. But today they will be. I think that may explain the TV truck, a lone TV truck, but we'll be there. We're in the Mad Court every day. I was there yesterday for a trio selling fentanyl from New York to Maine. But today it's going to be Christian Aybar-Berroa. And where Mr. Mora Nunez is, nobody knows. But we're going to cover it. And this case has actually given rise to a lawsuit by the Trump administration against Eric Adams. It was filed in EDNY. And you have to ask yourself, the shooting was in SDNY. So why did the Justice Department choose EDNY as a venue for their suit? Do they think that the wheel of judges is more favorable to them there? Certainly they wouldn't do it in New Jersey, where the wheel of judges bounced Haba and went with her assistant, who's now been fired from DOJ. There's a lot going on there. We're also putting in questions to the United Nations, as always. Particularly, I'll go full circle here. The links to Ghislaine Maxwell are important, and they have never been answered. And when I asked about them, suddenly I was ousted. I remain ousted from there, and I'm quite happy here, but I should be able to go in and ask questions, and so I've reapplied to re-enter. Still no action. Incredible. The people responsible. Melissa Fleming, an American head of UN media accreditation, doesn't even answer a letter from Quinn Emanuel. Then they just walked away. But it's totally unacceptable. The UN is taking money and banning the press inside New York, and it's unacceptable. If this is the last vlog of the week, it's hot out here. Have a good weekend. Inner City Press, to be continued.